I think we've seen a lot of success just in every single team in high school football, thrown over the middle to a big tight end guy. That's where you get to open up when you're struggling, and that's what we saw there. It's just an easy play to make and a good first down for Desert
Gonzalez will try to be a draw play, and the Hawks are all over it, swarming the running back there, and it'll bring up 2nd and 10 for Desert Ridge.
Yeah, and Gonzalez has been a pretty good quarterback for Desert Ridge here this season. 64% completion percentage on the year, 11 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 92 QBR. He's been solid for them. Been a great contributor. They've just faced a
off, and he looks like he is able to get the first down. That's number 88 about the Hawks. Well, there was multiple crossing routes going in, and it seemed like the Hawks corners were just a little bit confused on who they were supposed to stay with. And Herrera ends up open, and it'll bring up 1st and 10 for Desert Ridge.
Yeah, it's not as pretty as what Highland's doing, but they're finding a way on 3rd and long, and it's going to eat Highland up if they continue to let it happen.
As Gonzalez on 1st down will hand off to Reggie Bale, and he will be stuck in the backfield. That is Cooper K-Mac again. His 2nd tackle for loss of the game so far. He has had a monster first quarter.
Yeah, Cooper K-Mac, such an X factor for this team. He's able to just punch through the D-line like it's Swiss cheese. He's able to get through, get a tackle for loss. It's exactly what you need to see. And he stopped that run in his tracks.
Yeah, and so that'll bring up 2nd and 11 now for Desert Ridge.
I'm loving the red sleeves on Cooper, too.
Yeah, as Andre Gonzalez will line up in the empty backfield. 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. As he'll send Reggie Bale in motion, as he'll throw a swing pass to Reggie Bale, as he'll have some room on the left side, and it'll gain about 4 yards, and that'll bring up 3rd and long again for Desert Ridge. So the third and long on this drive. Can Desert Ridge convert once again?
Rudy's Barbecue.
And he'll be looking for
all slow smoked brisket, sausage, or ribs. For 25 years, Rudy's has been the official barbecue of summer. Rudy's Barbecue, the original.
All right, so 3rd and 8 now. Gonzalez drops back to pass, and he will be swarmed by the Highland Hawks D-line. That's Cooper K-Mac, Rhett Yetter, and
other notable
Cooper
players.
Yeah. The whole Hawks D-line got in there for the sack. That will be a half sack for at least 3 or 4 players right there. And the Hawks will get off the field again, and Desert Ridge will be forced to punt, hoping for a little bit more success on their punt than the last one.
Yeah.
Highland's D-line has came out pretty fiery, pretty feisty here in this one. And that's where this game will be decided. It'll be decided in the trenches on the D-line and the O-line for both squads. Whoever can control the line better is going to...
And it's blocked again. Bo Tarwater got in there again, and it is blocked for the 2nd time. But this time it'll take a favorable Desert Ridge bounce to the 39-yard line. And so the Hawks will, for the first time, start in their own territory. Some uncharted territory for this Highland Hawks in this game so far.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
it's still pretty good field position.
On the last play, plays like that, you're letting them escape on 3rd and 8s, 3rd and longs, and you're really not happy about that. So you get another 3rd long situation, you're really going to go after it because you do not want to be on the field anymore. They made that happen, absolutely imposing. Multiple guys get past the O-line there. It was really good team play right there.
As Bubs will line up in the shotgun, 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. He'll drop back. Looks down the right sideline and just a little bit underthrown.
Yeah, clean pocket there for Bub. He looks comfortable, but just underthrew on that route.
Yeah, he was looking for G. Irby Bell for the Highland Hawks, a running back, sophomore, who hasn't gotten much playing time until last week. Finally, he was able to get himself on the field, but Bub just a little bit underthrown there. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Hawks here, as he'll line up with Cruz to his left and 2 receivers. As Bubs will go play action, go deep down the field to Anthony Martin, but he's just overthrown. Anthony Martin not able to get behind that Hawks Ridge defense.
And Anthony Martin, the star of last week's loss, he converted from a defensive-only player to an offensive threat and just took the wrong route there on that one. A little bit of a missed throw by Kalen Fisher. Could have been a nice catch as he had this corner beat, but Just a little miscommunication there.
Yeah, and you got to admit, that's a really good job by Desert Ridge just sticking on the hot route there. I don't think Book was thrown to anybody else right there.
And there was a penalty on the field, but Desert Ridge has elected to decline, and so I believe that'll bring up 3rd and 10 now for the Hawks, looking to try and not go 3 and out on their 3rd possession after scoring early on their first 2.
Yeah, not a bad call. Giving the Highland Hawks another 2nd down, no matter the yardage, is never a good idea.
Yeah, as Bubs will line up in the shotgun, 2 receivers to his left, Martin and Priest, 1 to his right. Bubs will drop back, look down the sideline to Gavin Priest, and it is caught, and it looks like he may have gotten 1st down yardage. He has, and it will bring up 1st down for the Hawks.
Yeah, great play. Very fundamental there. We're going to watch it back here just as snap comes out. He's looking, but he finds his guy right where he needs to be. And boom, just enough. Kind of what they've been doing to us. A little bit of a taste of their own medicine. I'm sure the defense isn't happy with that.
As Hawks will pick up a 1st down there. A bit of a fortunate spot. It looked like they may have originally wanted to give it an unfortunate spot. As Bubs will line up quickly and will hand off to Cruz Colomore. And he'll gain about 3 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd and 5.
Let's be honest, on a 4th and 1 or 4th and 2, Highland has proven that they're all going to go for that every time.
Looks like the Hawks were not, it looked like based off the way they ran up quickly and ran that formation, they may not have been aware that it was 1st down and not 4th down. More like kind of like Tom Brady on Thursday Night Football. But it'll bring up 2nd and 5. Still a good gain for the Hawks as Bubs will line up in the shotgun. Trips to his right. Max Brown to his left. Cruz in the backfield. Fisher will drop back, throw down the sideline, and it is overthrown again. Intended for, that's number 32, it looks like. J. Irby Bell again, actually, number 38, excuse me. His 2nd target down the right sideline. They just haven't been able to find him yet.
Yeah, and that's another really good coverage by Desert Ridge just sticking on the man. It's causing Bo to overthrow it a little bit just to avoid the pick, and honestly, just nothing came of it. I think that's mostly attributed to really good defensive play.
As on 3rd and 4, Bubs will hand to Cruz Colomore, and Cruz will look like he will pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. He will move the chains again, and the Hawks keep this drive moving.
Yeah, really imposing play there. I really like to see that, actually. I think that's a pretty notable play for the rest of the game because you see a guy like that who's known for being small and just getting around guys, he's actually able to truck a Desert Ridge guy to get some yardage.
As Bubs will line up in the shotgun, will hand to Cruz Colomore, and he'll have some room down the middle, and another really good run for Cruz Colomore, and another 1st down. His 2nd big run of the game so far, and he and Boston Redmond have had a lot of space early.
Yeah, and it's the threat of the pass by Bub that's able to open up these running lanes for Cruz, and Cruz is making him play. He's struggled in some games this season, so it's really good here in the closeout game for Highland to see him running so well.
Yeah, as Bubs will line up, trips to his right on 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line of Desert Ridge. Bubs drops back, throws, looks deep, and he's got Anthony Martin in the end zone for the touchdown. Hawks, another drive, another big play, and another score. And as the Hawks take a 20-0 lead now.
And let's watch this back. Bubs in the backfield, drops back, looking strong, looking powerful, and just throws a shot to Anthony Martin, who takes it in for 6.
Yeah, Martin runs all over the defense there. Obviously, some trickeration, some tomfoolery right there, and you get so much space. That's always going to go in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and a much easier catch than his last touchdown. Last week, he had that loss against Queen Creek, in which he scored about a 70-yard touchdown. That one much easier, a lot more open this time, and he cashes another one in as Caden Leonard's extra point is good, and the Highland Hawks in 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, 3 extra points, 21-0 Highland Hawks, as our scoreboard is back up and working.
Yeah, and this Highland Hawks offense is just so much better when they're hitting those shot plays. You saw them attempt 2 different shot plays on that drive, but it all concludes with a shot to Anthony Martin for 6. Exactly what Highland needed. They can't run the ball forever, and they got to spread that ball around, and that's exactly what they got.
Yeah, it's all about the fooling them into believing you're going to run it when you have so much success. And just every time after you have success running, you're going to try and throw a shot like that. They read it well the first 2 times. They didn't read it quite as well the 3rd time, and it's just going to lead to an easy touchdown. That's fundamental football right there.
Yeah, and as Grady Crandall will be set to kick away here, I just want to take a moment to shout out one of my favorite teachers, Mr. Sassy. I told him I'd shout him out on the broadcast today, so Mr. Sassy gets a shout out. Thank you for tuning in consistently to Highland Productions. And as Crandall will be set to kick away here with the Hawks up 21-0. As it's a high kick, and it'll look like he'll get to about the 1 yard line, and Desert Ridge will try and return it. And he has some room and trying to reverse field, but he will not get to the 20-yard line. He'll be stopped about the 18-yard line. And that's Logan Ward, the receiver, on the tackle there, playing some special teams, just trying to get some minutes, and he is able to come up with a big special teams tackle that sets Desert Ridge back deep in their own territory.
And that was Lamar Stephens on the return, and looking a little shifty there, just wasn't able to get around that Highland Hawks coverage team.
As Andre Gonzalez will come on the field for the second time for Desert Ridge. Got a little bit of success going on that last drive, but wasn't quite able to get anything else once they got to about midfield. They're hoping to get to finally get into the end zone or into some field goal range in this drive. As Gonzalez will line up, two receivers to his right. He'll throw over the middle to Michael Alvarado, and it is caught, but there is a flag down on the field, and that's in the realm of an eligible man down the field. It looks like the officials will signal, so that will be called back, and it'll bring up probably 1st and 15 for Desert Ridge.
Yeah, fundamentally that's a good play. Secondary is just playing a little too far back for their own good, and you're able to find your guy right down the middle there. Make an easy little dump play. That's exactly what you need to beat a team like Highland, who has just shut you down. But it is going to be taken back. That's just a fundamental football. You cannot lose on penalties like that. But they do, and it's going to send them right on back.
Yeah, and those are the kind of plays that have hurt the Highland Hawks in these last few weeks, especially against Queen Creek and against ALA Queen Creek. They kept setting themselves back with these 5-yard, 10-yard penalties that really sets them back. And so Desert Ridge with a mistake earlier.
Especially the last play of that Queen Creek game.
Yeah, that jumped offsides, unfortunately. That really sealed the game for Queen Creek.
Really nice to see it go the other way, though, for sure.
Yes, for our viewers at home, I'm pretty sure they are happy to see a penalty be called on someone else. And it'll be 1st and 15 from the 13-yard line now for Desert Ridge. They are deep in their own territory. Sorry, 1st and 20 now. It looks like they got another penalty while we were commentating that play, as Andre Gonzalez will line up in the shotgun, empty backfield. 2 receivers to his left, 3 to his right, as he'll send Regibale in motion, and he'll fake the pitch to him, and will throw over the middle, and it's knocked away by Spencer Heath.
Yeah, beautiful play by Spencer Heath there. Well, looks like it's going to be an interception when you're behind, but he's able to get a hand in there. No PI, no foul play there, but he just punches the ball out. What could have been a pretty good gain for Desert Ridge right there is just absolutely shut down by an even better play by Spencer Heath.
Yeah, Spencer Heath all over Bomastani. What a great defensive play. He has been one of the Hawks' best defensive players this year. Whether it be interceptions, fumble recoveries, forced fumbles, he is always all over these receivers and running backs. As it'll bring up 2nd and 15 from the 14. Gonzalez will roll to his right and will throw down the sideline, and it will be caught.
Just about makes up the lost yards for the penalties, but obviously they're going to be 3rd down here. So it's going to be 3rd and long for the Desert Ridge High School here.
And this time he was able to find Pomasani for his first catch of the game, starting to get the offense moving, and it'll bring up 3rd and 6. Much better than
3rd and 6,
the 3rd and 15. He was able to get about 9 yards, sets him up for 3rd and medium, exactly what the Desert Ridge Jaguars wanted to see there. And the Hawks have another big 3rd down early in this first quarter here.
I must have the worst eyes of any commentator in sports.
I think it's just the angle, man.
Yeah, we are at a difficult angle this week. So
and also right next to the band, I'm sure the viewers at home can hear that.
As Gonzalez will complete on 3rd down.
I'm hoping that's short, but I don't trust myself.
Looks like it will be enough for a 1st down.
I think that's what they're calling it.
And it is a 1st down for Desert Ridge. So Desert Ridge converts on their 2nd 3rd down of the game, able to move down the field. Desert Ridge is actually, their 3rd 3rd down. They are actually 3 for 5 on 3rd down. Not too bad of a stat for them. But unfortunately, they have not been able to score yet. And so they will be looking to do that on this drive, as Gonzalez will line up with 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right.
When you put a team back to 1st and 20, you have to capitalize.
As Cooper Kamak will stop
K-Mac in the back once again. He's just absolutely pounding this offensive line. He's able to sneak right through like a little robber going into the bank, and boom, gets him from behind once again.
Able to stop Ryan Regibali again. They're really looking to try to get him going and just get some of this offense going, because they haven't really been able to get any chunk plays yet. But Regibali is not getting anything with Cooper K-Mac and Rhett Yetter so far.
Yeah, and a minute left here in this first quarter. We don't got the score bug completely working, but
sacked, and it might have been a fumble. Unclear if he was able to throw that away or if they're calling it a fumble, but it looks like Desert Ridge will recover anyway, and it'll bring up 4th down. It looks like they did call it incomplete. Sorry, that'll bring up 3rd now for Desert Ridge, not 4th down.
Yeah,
my mistake.
I think that's one of those plays where you just have to accept the sack as it's going to happen. You can't try and pull some heroics, get the ball out of the pocket just to gain a couple yards. And obviously, it looked like a play where the refs could have definitely called that there was no forward motion, and it could have been a very slippery play. They do recover, but that's one of the things you just got to hold on and take the punch.
Yeah, and that'll bring up another 3rd out and long for Desert Ridge, trying to convert on their 4th 3rd down of the game. They've had some success early on these 3rd downs, especially with some of those crossing routes against this man defense. The Hawks have not been able to keep up with some of these receivers like Michael Alvarado, but it'll bring up a 3rd down here against the Hawks. The Hawks trying to get off the field as their offense has been resting, I think, for enough time to want to be back on the field.
Yeah, it's just fundamentals. You have to shut them down on 3rd and long. 1st and 20, you should have shut them down. Let's find it out here.
As Gonzalez will throw over the middle, and it'll be caught by Lamar Stevens, and it'll be actually incomplete. He was not able to hang on from the hit from Cooper K-Mac, and it looks like he's a little bit slow to get up. Limping off the field. Hopefully he'll be okay.
Yeah, what a leap. I'm assuming that's going to be the tight end right down the middle there. Just trying to go to one of those fundamental plays that's worked in the past. Tight end in the middle, bread and butter for any football team. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. Some really good defense by the Highland Hawks, and he just loses the ball right there.
Yeah, it was actually Grayson Herrera who went up for it. Couldn't quite hold on because that was a huge hit from Cooper K-Mac, and that'll bring up a 4th down and a 3rd punt for it, as they've got the first 2 blocked. As
Flag
Bo
on the
Tarwater
Flag
will
on the
deflect
play.
a 3rd punt, but he may have jumped a little bit early there. Unclear, as he seemed to have gotten a piece of a 3rd one, but he may have jumped early, and that could bring up a 4th and 4, and it could bring up an interesting decision for Desert Ridge, who's had 3 punts blocked so far.
Well, I can't believe I've seen that multiple times in one game. I can't believe it keeps happening. Really good showing. False start
on the Jaguars. And
wow!
And I believe they'll probably just decline the penalty here on this one. But Bo Tarwater is just running unblocked, and that's something you can't have here if you're the Jaguars. And for Highland, you just want that to continue. He's been dominating in special teams.
And it's unclear what the penalty is, as the Hawks defense will, and no, it will be declined, and the Hawks offense will take to the field.
Wow.
Bo Tarwater with his 3rd blocked punt in a game. I don't think I've seen that ever at any level of football with one guy having 3 blocked punts. And if you're Desert Ridge,
and it's the first quarter, man,
you may have to try and do something different on some of these punts, because Bo Tarwater is getting a free run, and he is running really fast to block
these punts. Make sure there's a man on him, man. You can't just keep letting Bo Tarwater run free to the punter. He's going to get there every time. He's a quick corner and excellent on special teams. They got to scheme up something.
Yeah, it's getting to the point where a 4th and 10 from your own 20 might not be a guaranteed punt.
As Bubs on 1st down will take the QB draw, and Bubs will have some space to run.
Oh!
As Kalen Fisher breaks the tackle and will get inside the 10-yard line. What a run from Kalen Fisher, running angry here at Desert Ridge.
Absolutely fighting, and honestly, his offense has worked so well, he's not having to work too much. He's not trying to take all that wear and tear. We're gonna watch it back. But as you see, it's just pretty empty out there. Highland hasn't shown a QB draw in a lot, really at all in a lot of these games. It's not going to show up in film very much, and it absolutely sets off this Desert Ridge, who's just starting to adjust to that run-heavy offense. Now you throw a wrench in their plans, and it's not going to work out for them.
As Bubs will have 1st and goal from the Desert Ridge 9. Not too many plays the Hawks have run today, but they are already up 3 scores and looking to make it 4, as he'll line up with Boston Redmond in the backfield, as he'll hand to Boston. And he will get almost nowhere. Desert Ridge finally able to stop this Hawks run for probably the first time today, and it'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line for Highland.
Yeah, that's just Desert Ridge adapting to the situation at hand. Coaches are probably yelling at him, stop the run. Stop throwing, because that's what's coming at you, and that's going to happen throughout the course of a football game. You just can't rely on a one-dimensional offense to succeed. So that's where Highland's going to have to start looking in their tool bag. How do we pass it? How do we trick them? How do we do a draw? Whatever.
As Bubs on 2nd and goal will hand to Redmond again, and this time he will gain about 3 or 4 yards to bring up 3rd and goal for the Hawks from the 4-yard line.
That's going to mark the end of the first quarter.
That will bring up the end of the first quarter. Thank you, Noah, for paying attention to the clock, as I was not.
It made a very loud noise. I'm shocked you didn't hear it.
So the Hawks strike early, and they're striking often. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, 3 blocked punts, and some special teams magic on a kickoff. Almost the perfect first quarter for the Highland Hawks.
Yeah, in this last game, they were looking for a dominating matchup, or they were looking for a dominating performance here to be able to send themselves off into the playoffs on a good note. Had a very unfortunate streak, losing a couple straight. It's officially they lost 2 straight, but 3 of their last 4, and that's not Highland Hawks football. So looking to right their wrongs of the past and get a good win going into the playoffs, whether it's the 6A playoffs or the open division, they'll be happy with what they get in. They're hoping to dominate.
Yeah, and I believe based off the way the rankings are going to turn out, they are going to turn out as a high seed in the 6A division, and will have at least a home playoff game at Highland Hawk Stadium, so that'll be good for them. But they still have to get the job done today to ensure their home playoff game, and it'll be 3rd and 4 now from the 4-yard line, and the Hawks will look to cash in their 4th drive in a row for a touchdown. As Bubs will line up under center, 2 receivers to his left, 2 tight ends, and Boston Redmond in the backfield. As on 3rd and goal, it looks like Desert Ridge jumps there, and it might be offsides, and they will get half the distance to the goal, moving up to the 2-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and goal from the 2 now for the Hawks. The Hawks have seen that a little bit too much in recent weeks, jumping offsides on a hard count. So maybe a little bit of flashbacks for some Hawks fans, but it'll bring up 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line. As Bubs will line up with now 3 receivers to his left, a bunch formation, as he'll send in motion as Bubs will go play action, as he'll look, and he's able to find Max Brown for the touchdown. Highland Hawks for the 4th drive in a row. The Hawks strike Max Brown with another touchdown on the season, and the Hawks take a 27-0 lead on the first play of the second quarter.
Yeah, and Max Brown just hitting a little bit of a celly there, but Bub able to control the line of scrimmage so well, forcing an offsides there for the Desert Ridge Jaguars, and just showing how much control he has over this game, and then throwing that touchdown strike to Max Brown. What an excellent little possession there for Bub.
As Katie Leonard's extra point is good again, and the Hawks take a 28-0 lead early in this game. Probably their best first half performance since their game against Frontier in California, in which they were up 40-0 at halftime. So they are on pace to beat that easily right now. They are just having their way with this Desert Ridge offense and with this Desert Ridge defense.
And there's 12 more minutes left. But I really like to see Max Brown getting back involved again. I feel like, if I remember correctly, in the early season, he had some really good touchdowns against some of those good opponents that helped Highland keep really high in the win column in the start of the season. And then a bit of less production out of him as we got a little recent here. Happy to see him getting involved once again. I think with a game like this, everybody's going to start getting involved, and maybe even the bench players once we get further into it.
Yeah, that was Max Brown's 5th touchdown of the season. He had 4 touchdowns earlier this season. Hadn't scored in a few weeks, so he is finally back on the score sheet, as the Hawks will be set to kick away here as we see the push-ups being done. A lot of push-ups already for the student section. They're going to be tired pretty soon with how much the Hawks are scoring right now. As Grady Crandall will be set to kick off again. Some pretty good kickoffs from Grady Crandall so far. He's been a really all-impact player on kick returns, kickoffs, and punts, as he's set to kick it away here.
Yeah, Crandall kind of reminds me of Chad Ryland, the NFC Special Teams Player of the Week, who had a really, really great punting performance.
As on the kickoff, Desert Ridge, Lamar Stevens unable to get away from this Hawks defense all over him. That's Logan Ward again on the tackle. And the Desert Ridge will start once again in bad field position.
Yeah, just like Chad Ryland, Crandall's just getting it in that beautiful range from the 20 to the 1 yard line, really putting them in bad field position every time. That is the best way to help your football team just get a good kick on special teams, because that can make or break a drive, 10 yards or 15 yards. Really, that is the benefactor.
Yeah, so Desert Ridge will now start off down 28-0 on their own 15-yard line. Andre Gonzalez takes a snap on first down, throws to the right side, and it's almost intercepted by Spencer Heath. Got up there, knocked away, but unable to get it on the tip drill, and it'll bring up 2nd and 10. Andre Gonzalez a little lucky there with that pass.
Yeah, and that's Spencer Heath on the coverage.
Time for our slow-smoked brisket, sausage, or ribs. For 25 years, Rudy's has been the official barbecue of summer. Rudy's Barbecue, the original.
Sorry about that, we're back.
As it'll bring up 2nd and 10 now for Desert Ridge. 3 receivers to Gonzalez's left, 1 to his right, as he will be sacked by Rhett Yetter. Getting in the backfield, and for the Hawks, 2nd sack of the game, his first of the game for Rhett Yetter, and that'll bring up 3rd and long for Desert Ridge.
Yeah, I mean, I think that last drive was just super demoralizing for this team. You're seeing an absolutely crazy change and just momentum on defense when Desert Ridge was starting to get a bit of a footing, gain a little bit, trying to churn against this Highland defense. You see an almost pickoff and then a sack. That is killing this Desert Ridge team right here.
Yeah, as Gonzalez will line up 3rd and 13 from their own 11-yard line. 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right, as the Hawks will come on a blitz here, as he will overthrow his receiver. Intended for Sony there, and it'll bring up 4th and 11 for Desert Ridge. And maybe with the short field, with the short punting field, maybe they can avoid getting the kick blocked for a 4th time by Bo Tarwater. You know he's going to be looking for his 4th here.
Put a body on number.
Maybe 2.
Yeah, maybe 2, maybe 3. Bodies on
Might be trickeration time for the Jaguars.
And it looks like they're finally going to go in some safe man here. As
bad
a
snap
low
and a
snap.
flag.
And there is a flag down as the punt is away to Grady Crandall, who will receive it at the 45-yard line. As we'll cut it back. And he'll have some room down the left side, and
Another
2 more
one.
flags come down as Grady Crandall will take it all the way to the 16-yard line. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that those last 2 flags are going to be on the Hawks for a block in the back there or a hold. But the first flag, they may have to redo the punt anyway.
I mean, I'm sure they knew the flag was out, so it's a free play. Do whatever you want. Don't worry about the fumble. Just try and get yards and have a little fun out there. Let's see what happens, though, with the play call. Hopefully not putting Desert Ridge back in this drive here.
And let's see what the play call is. And it looks like it might be a 5-yard penalty on the Hawks. On the pre-snap there. And it looks like Desert Ridge may send their offense back on the field. Or will they just try to punt it away again? Unclear from our standpoint at the moment.
Well, either way, good protection on that punt. Their best punt of the night. Highland makes. Legal block in the back is what we're hearing.
But that is.
And they did not pick up the flag. It's still on the 10-yard line.
And they will accept the penalty on the return, and so the Hawks will be 10 yards from where the flag was at the 35-yard line. And so the Hawks will probably start around Desert Ridge's 45-yard line there. Unfortunate for the Hawks, as Grady Crandall actually had a really good return there, but they will still start in very good field position, much better field position than Desert Ridge has started this entire game. And so the Hawks will probably try and get some different guys back on this offense. You see number 9, Jalen Cross in the game for the first time. Dom Loria in the game for the first time. Getting some different guys some reps because they're going to have to use their entire offense to be able to make a run at the 6A state title, as they have my freshman and sophomore year. They're looking to do it once again. But as Caleb Fisher will line up 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line, 2 receivers to his right, a tight end in the backfield to send Gavin Priest in motion, and there will be a flag for a false start on the Highland Hawks.
especially last game of the season. I mean, you should have got the wiggles out in the first couple weeks here.
Yeah.
But you're heading into playoff football, and it's cold, it's nasty, and mistakes like that can will drive. So Highland's got to learn from this and got some of their reserves in there early because they can. Show.
As on first down, Caleb Fisher will hand off to Cruz Coolmore for a gain of about 5, and he will get all those penalty yards right back. And that's so the Hawks will have 2nd and 10 on the 45-yard line of Desert Ridge. But those penalties have been killer these last 4 weeks, and the Hawks 1-3. 4 weeks span is on 2nd down. He'll hand to Cruz Coolmore as he will almost break away, but will still pick up 11 yards and a 1st down for the Highland Hawks. The Cruz missile striking once again.
Yeah, I think if anything, it is kind of valuable. If you want to find a silver lining here, going into the playoffs, just getting those reps when you're back an extra 5-10 yards and showing that you can succeed either way, as they put our teacher, Mr. Clonez, on the live broadcast.
Yes, as Bubs will hand up on 1st down to Cruz Coolmore, and he'll bring it up all the way to about 4 yards to the 30-yard line, and that'll bring up 2nd and 6 for the Highland Hawks offense, who has scored on 4 drives, all 4 of their drives actually. They have had 4 drives and they've scored 4 touchdowns and 4 extra points. So it was 28-0. There's some math for you folks at home. I know some of you struggle with that, but we are great at math here. As Caleb Fisher will line up with
Please
2
don't
receivers
insult
to
the
his
audience.
left, as he'll throw, caught by Jalen Cross over the middle. He'll have room, and it will be it's in the end zone for the touchdown, but there is a flag down on the field, and it looks like that one will be coming back. Apologies to the audience at home who made that joke about it was not meant as an insult. We love you all. Thank you for tuning in once again.
We do believe in the academic and mathematical prowess of every single viewer at home, and we love you for it. Keep attempting it. Keep those calculators out and keep working at it.
Able to take it in for 6, but no penalty brings him back. And like we're talking about, you can't have these penalties, especially
Can't do it!
so close to playoff time. Sometimes just come and kill it. You would hate for that to happen in a playoff game.
Yeah, and so with the penalty, Highland will start 2nd and 10 from the 35-yard line of Desert Ridge. Bubs will line up 2 receivers to his left. Jacob Jansen is returned from an injury here as he'll hand off to Cruz Coolmore, or actually Boston Redeman on the right sideline. And Boston Redeman has some room as he will make a man miss and will get all the way down to the 3-yard line. And the Hawks will have 1st and goal. Another good run for Boston Redeman. This has probably been his best game as a Highland Hawk.
Yeah, already he's showing that prowess. He's showing why he belongs on the field right now. And going into the playoffs, we're going to watch it back. Really good blocking, and then he's just able to beat some guys. And it almost looked like they slowed down a little bit, like they gave up on the play, which is really unfortunate.
Yeah, and you can see these Desert Ridge guys are already getting tired. They have been on the field for so long, for so many plays, and the Hawks are just running all over them. As Bubs on 1st and goal from the 3-yard line will line up split with running back in the backfield. That's Boston Redeman as he'll take the handoff, but he is unable to get to the end zone. He will get to about the 1-yard line, reaching the ball out, and the Hawks will have 2nd and goal from the 2.
Yeah, that's going to be middle linebacker Xander Fuentes with the tackle there. He's going to be a junior. And, yeah, really good tackle just getting through the O-line there, which we haven't seen much out of Desert Ridge. Real good goal line stand here at a very critical moment in the football game.
Yeah, as so Highland will have 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. Bub will go in the shotgun, 2 receivers to his left as he'll run the quarterback power, and he will get his way. They're going to look like they're going to spot him short. I thought from this angle, I thought he got in the end zone, but they mark him a yard short, and they're bringing out the big goal. Guys like Rhett Yetter and Cooper came back to block for the Hawks here, as it'll be 2nd and goal. And they'll bring out also Grayson Sparks, the linebacker, as the running back. They did this a few times last week, so an interesting decision. They clearly like what they see here as he'll hand to Sparks, and he will march his way into the end zone for the touchdown. His 2nd touchdown of the year, and his 1st in this game. And the Hawks go 5 for 5 on touchdown drives so far, and they take a 34-0 lead.
Yeah, and this Highland Hawks offense is so potent, really hard to stop these guys. But it's goal-to-go situation. You're not going to be able to get these guys down very easily. And just another 6 points there.
As it looks like Tyler Johnson, one of my teammates at the Highland for the Highland boys soccer team, will be on to kick the extra point, and the extra point is up, and it is good. So Tyler Johnson with his first points of the season, and the Hawks take a 35-0 lead.
That is a great kicker build, just long. He's able to get some good torque on it there. Really like to see it.
Yeah, great teammate of mine for Highland boys soccer. Nice to see him get on the field this year. And the Hawks take a 35-0 lead. 5 drives, 5 red zone appearances, 5 touchdowns for the Hawks. What a first half for them so far. And you wouldn't be surprised if we're going to start seeing some of those backups, at least in the second half this week. Yeah, as Caden Leonard will now be set to kick this one away on the kickoff. So they're mixing up the special teams a little bit. Usually you'll see guys like Grady Crandall doing the kickoffs, but they'll have normal place kicker Caden Leonard be on the field for the kickoffs as Tyler Johnson kicked the extra point. So clearly just some rotation on this Hawks special teams as Leonard will be set to kick it away. A little bit of a shorter kick here. It'll be received at the 9-yard line by Stevens, and he'll have some room, get all the way up to the 35-yard line. So the best starting field position for Desert Ridge so far. They're hoping to get that 0 off the board and finally get some points on the board. They haven't gotten anything going on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, I think the second half's going to be different for them. Obviously, I doubt Highland's going to be starting some key players. You got to stay rested and healthy for the playoffs, especially with such a big lead like this. So I'd like to see what Desert Ridge is able to do when they have more opportunities. But
as Gonzalez on first down will get hit very hard, and the pass will be incomplete. Rhett Yetter came in like a missile there, and Gonzalez is down hard. And you can tell he felt that hit. He is going to be feeling that one tomorrow. Hopefully, he is going to be able to get up and be okay. But what a hit for Rhett Yetter. Came in like an absolute missile there. Yeah, and if he's not, it's going to be a very, very tough task for them to even get a few points on the game, make this game a little bit more interesting, because he has been their best player probably so far this entire season. Has over 1,000 yards passing on the season. He's been easily their biggest weapon. 1,257 yards, 11 touchdowns. He has had a bit of an interception problem. He's thrown 5 interceptions, but has been responsible for Raiders are likely out for possibly in this game. So hopefully for him, he's able to come back and finish off